Hi and welcome to Best 8. In this video, we are going to count down our picks for the top 5 best and mind-blowing epic fantasy web series that you can binge watch on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney+, and HBO Max. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and watch the full video so you won't miss any of the amazing fantasy series from this list. Now let's start the video. Number 5. Arthdal Chronicles. Arthdal Chronicles is a 2019 South Korean television series written by Kim Young-hyun and Park Sang-yeon and directed by Kim Won-seok. The series is regarded as the first Korean ancient fantasy drama, which takes place during the Bronze Age and is loosely based on the story of Dangun, who is the founder of the first Korean kingdom of Gojoseon. Just to be brief, the main story is centered around a mythical land named Arth and chronicles the experiences of 4 main characters as they contend with power struggles, love, and growth within the ancient city of Arthdal. I know, a lot of people who compare this show to Game of Thrones series might be disappointed, but if you watch the series without comparing, then you will certainly enjoy it. And the series has 8.3 ratings on IMDb. Number 4. The Magicians.
Holy shit, I'm doing this.
The Magicians is an American fantasy series created by Sarah Gamble and John McNamara and based on the 2009 novel of the same name by Lev Grossman. The show revolves around a group of students at a secretive school of magic who find out that the magical world is more dangerous than they realized. The main story follows Quentin Coldwater, a grad student at Brakebills College for Magical Pedagogy who has been fascinated by the magical fantasy world since he was a child. But as he has gotten older, Quentin and his friends then discover that the magical world they read about as children is not only very real, but that the dangers it poses to humanity is far more terrifying than they could ever imagine. Overall, the show has a very compelling story with impressive CGI and is definitely a must-watch for magic fantasy fans. The series has 7.6 ratings on IMDb and 91% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. A Discovery of Witches. It is a British fantasy series based on the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. The story takes place in a world where witches, vampires, and demons live discreetly among humans, and the series follows Diana Bishop, a scholar of 17th century alchemy, who is the last in a long line of distinguished witches. After she unexpectedly discovers a mysterious manuscript in Oxford's Bodleian Library, the discovery forces her back into the world of magic as she tries to unravel the secrets it holds about magical beings. She is offered help by the enigmatic geneticist and vampire, Matthew Claremont, and despite a long-held mistrust between witches and vampires, they both form a close alliance and set out to protect the book and solve the mysteries hidden within it, all while dodging threats from the various magical creatures that want it for themselves. And the series has 7.9 ratings on IMDb and 86% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. Carnival Row. Carnival Row is an American fantasy series created by Renee Echeverria and Travis Beacham. The series is set in a Victorian-era fantasy world filled with mythological immigrant creatures whose rich homelands were invaded by the empires of man. The growing immigrant population struggles to coexist with humans in the grimiest section of the city and are forbidden to live, love, or fly with freedom. The series follows a human detective, Rycroft Philostrate, and a refugee fairy named Bignet Stonimus as they rekindle a dangerous affair despite an increasingly intolerant society. But as Philo begins an investigation into a string of unsolved gruesome murders, he reveals the terrifying monster that is responsible, which threatens the uneasy peace that exists in the city. And the show has 7.8 ratings on IMDb and 87% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. His Dark Materials. It is a fantasy drama series based on the trilogy of novels of the same name by Philip Pullman. The series is set in a multi-world reality and begins in an alternative world unlike our own, where the human soul manifests as animal companions called demons. The main story follows Lyra, an orphan who lives in this parallel universe in which science, theology, and magic are all entwined and is governed by a religious and political body called the Magisterium. While Lyra searches for a kidnapped friend, she uncovers a sinister plot involving stolen children, which quickly turns into a quest to understand a mysterious phenomenon known as dust. She is joined on her journey by Will, a boy who possesses a knife that can cut windows between worlds. As Lyra learns the truth about her parents and her prophesied destiny, the two young people are caught up in a war against celestial powers that ultimately leads to a journey across many worlds of epic proportions. And the series has 7.8 ratings on IMDb, an 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.